Hello and happy Sunday. There's literally sun out, which is nice, but there is a lot of wind. I don't know if this little windscreen is blocking the wind. I figured I would combine an overdue garden update, but first I'm going to take you to the Pozo Azul waterfall with my cousin Rusty. It was quite the adventure. And then we'll come back and do the garden tour. If you don't have the luxury of having your own 4x4, you have to get in a little truck and risk your life and your vertebrae and your tailbone and your neck and your shoulders. It is a rough ride. So, Rusty, what did you think about that drive to get here?
I think I need a chiropractor.
Yeah, I think it's like the ride, I can't even think anymore. The Indiana Jones ride at Disney, but with no safety precautions and a shovel that's flying around in the truck in the back, and you can't get your grip.
Not to mention the machete.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
that was quite dangerous. So basically, we're just gonna move in. We're not leaving. We'll just live here, right?
We'll float our way downstream.
Yeah. Now we have to take all these stairs down. I don't know if I'm gonna make it.
Let's get.
So I'm not kidding when I say between that little truck ride here and getting into my bathing suit, I'm already exhausted. I don't know how I'm gonna make it down the stairs and then back up. Anyway, Araceli, if you're watching, it was nice to meet you. And how funny, right? To be out here in the middle of nowhere and run into you. It was nice to meet you. Wish me luck. Pozo Azul has 3 levels of pools from the waterfalls. I've only been to 2 of them. My cousin went up to the 3rd one and dove down into the 2nd pool. It's about an hour or so from El Valle, and also in that area is La Tavita. La Tavita has a really pretty waterfall, and it's a small little hotel, and they have a restaurant. So if you want to go somewhere where you don't have to take those steep steps, La Tavita is a really good option because you can just go and check out the waterfall and then have a nice lunch at the restaurant. So there's my cousin diving into the water, and then I held the camera from the water when he jumped off this cliff. Other people were jumping off the cliff. Some were diving off. I barely had the courage to just get in the water. And that was my big celebration for the day. I think it's that ride back that busted my shoulder because you had to hold on overhead. Anyway, we made it back home, and then Rusty packed up and I drove him down to Coronado, and he took the bus to Panama City. Obviously, I'm gonna wash these towels, but she's like the little princess and the pea. There's like 12 different towels in there. She's found a really comfy spot for a nap. Here it is, February 2026, the garden tour. This is the sweet almond that was very scraggly, and I've been consulting a lot with ChatGPT about gardening. And it said to just prune it back and give it some like compost. And so I did that. And these plants back here, they're hibiscus, and then there's some ginger. They're actually starting to do well. This is the area that, you know, has just been kind of scraggly. So that'll be a project to just continue to amend the soil. And I think that the leaf cutter ants have been eating the ylang ylang tree. So I am gonna get out the Regent, that toxic stuff, and just put it at the base of the tree. There's also a couple of other spots where I've seen evidence of the leaf cutters. Look at how dry everything becomes. The bamboo just drops most of its leaves. And lost a few stalks to the wind. We had a really bad wind event. Power was out for 3 days on and off. But look at this beautiful sunshine. And I have some new plants planted. It's not the prettiest video, but this is a very fragrant plant that likes semi-shade. So I've put that over in this little corner where there's some shade, and it seems to be doing pretty well. I did prune back the gardenia shrub that wants to be a tree. I really should not have planted it right there. I pruned it back a little bit, and I'm seeing signs of new growth, and I do want to prune it back pretty severely, but it has some buds on it, and so I'm going to wait until after it blossoms, and then I'm going to cut it back. I just want to maintain it maybe at like 2 feet high, because it's just a little too high, and I don't want to risk digging it up because it's so mature. I think that that would kill the plant, and I don't want to do that. Peace lily is blooming over here. And the bromeliads are doing well. Probably a good idea to trim back some of those yellow irises, just so that the bromeliads can be a little bit more visible. Oh, there's an agouti. They're not usually out in the sun. Let me see if I can find them. They usually go to the bird feeding platform to look for some stuff that may have fallen. There he is. Oh, I do love them. He's camera shy. I think from what I remember, when the walking iris and other plants get a little pale like this, it means they need nitrogen. And I did plant some new plants. I think this is a potato vine, or one variety of it. Really pretty, soft, pale flowers on that dark foliage. And they seem to be happy here because they're blooming. That's always a good sign. Gotta trim back this wild shrub. Wants to be a vine and take over the world. This is that plant that just has that beautiful fragrance, almost rose-like. Probably a good idea to trim back these scraggly pink plants, and I like the combination of having these shorter kind of angular plants in there. I got those from someone's garden, and they seem to be adjusting pretty well. The ferns are a little too healthy. So I think I'll ask Alex to remove some more. He already removed a whole bunch of them. I planted these just recently, but they don't seem to be doing great, but that's probably because there's so much grass and other growth right around them. The begonias, even though they have a lot more sun because the bamboo got trimmed back, they're still flowering. Such a delicate flower. They're really pretty. And these are the flowers, I guess, that are on the plant. These leaves are used for tamales. Yesterday I spent a lot of time shooing away the chakalaka birds. As you know, they're not my favorite. Don't care for them. Got a couple of other new plants, but I'm not sure exactly where I'm going to place them. Oh, that's cool. I hadn't seen the little flowers that they have. While they're in the little pots, they dry out really fast. So I've been watering them. And just have to decide where I'm going to plant them. The plumbago has never really been thriving here, but there are some blooms on the plant. So maybe my thought was it was going to grow up and intertwine in the tree that has the yellow blossoms when the chakalakas don't eat them all. And that would be a really pretty color combination. But it really hasn't made much growth at all. One thing that I got rid of. I'll wait until this vendor passes. My recent guest, Bronwyn, is a birder, and she said she spotted 27 different varieties of birds just in my garden. I think that's pretty cool. So that plant that I had growing up on the overhang at the hammock little patio was called Macuna, and it is known as pica pica, which causes severe skin irritation, massive itching, because it has like these hair-like fibers, I guess, that blow off in the wind and really can be irritating to the skin. So I asked Alex to get rid of them, and I will plant something else that will climb up there and create a little bit of shade. Ooh, there's a pink shell ginger about to bloom. I love these. They are so pretty. The white ones definitely seem to blossom more frequently and vigorously, but this one does look like it's kind of spreading. My lemon tree also, I think, has been getting eaten. Oh, there's a really cool looking bird over there. Yeah, that's really pretty. So the lemon tree leaves have been getting eaten by the leafcutter ants as well. I think they might even be eating the blossoms, which then obviously affects the fruit set. I was chatting with a friend and he has horror stories about the leafcutters as well. In fact, he has a couple of my lemon trees that I grew from seed, and the leafcutters ate all those leaves. This musayenda is starting to come back. A lot of times you see them as trees. You know what? This is another. I think I see like bite marks on these leaves. But a lot of times you see these as trees. Mine do not ever get to have that luxury of becoming a tree. They get scraggly and then I end up pruning them back. I'm starting to merge these two little areas. So I had just a couple of the shell ginger that I planted, and I thought, well, let's merge these two sections. And there's a white ginger there, a Confederate rose that I had from a seedling, and now that it's planted, it looks like it's really gonna thrive. I wasn't sure because of those brown leaves. And also in between the shell ginger, I planted some cuttings of the blue shell ginger that I have. So if that takes, that's gonna be a really nice combination right here with the blue shell ginger and the white shell ginger. And then I just thought these were fun. They kind of look like thistles. I don't actually know what they are. The jury is still out as to whether this is going to thrive or die. That is the Panama flame tree, and right behind it I planted a tree that will have like a small shiny red apple. Hopefully it's gonna adapt and grow. The Dombea in the back has finished blooming, and this is the time that I can prune it back and shape it. And guess what? I'm afraid to do that. I just don't know what to do. I've perpetually just not known what to do with this. I know that the height needs to be cut back. I don't want it that tall. And I know that I want the blossoms to be accessible so that you can smell them and look at them. And I think it means that I'm gonna have to cut a few of these larger limbs that are coming from the base. And I think that's what I'm afraid to do. You know, I don't want to cut that big limb, but it's got the main trunk, and that's probably how I should be shaping it. If anybody has any advice, please let me know. And this was weird. My lantana looked like it was dead and dry, it's really hard to kill lantana, so I don't know what was going on with this, but now there are signs of life. Right next to that, I have been planting things that are tall that will block the compost bin. So this will be a nice assortment of stuff once it establishes itself. right now. Everything is really wind battered. I mean, look at the banana trees. They look a mess. The poor plants. That's the thing, like this climate is just not, it's not easy for plants to thrive. One of the hibiscus stalks that I stuck in the ground is finally starting to show evidence of growth. And some of the pink ginger that I planted is also starting to become a little bit more prominent. I mean, I like the other colors, but I really do like the pink, and I love the white ginger. So I have a few of the white ginger plants. Yeah, the ferns are gonna have to get trimmed back. This is like the back side of Pink Hill. It's very thick and lush. It's getting a lot more sun now because a lot of the bamboo was cut back. Today, I am going to seal the floor in the laundry room. And then next week, I think, I can seal the floor in the new bedroom. It has been a lot of work. My shoulder is hurting. Aleve and tea are getting me through the days, which has been helpful. So you can see why I want to cut back that gardenia shrub. I mean, I guess it's not essential that I do it, but I think it's just kind of blocking the view in the distance. All right, so that's it. Waterfall, garden tour, got it all done. No massive wind or rain. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you subscribe and have a great week, and I'll see you next week.